Hello, and today is finally day one. So, hello everybody. If you are watching the replay, please just put in the comment hashtag replay and let me know where you are tuning from. So I'm going maybe to wait a minute just to see if people are coming in. So our day one was supposed to be yesterday. I had a little bit of an issue with a sick child at home, and she's still sick here, by the way. So if we get a little bit interrupted, it's normal. Say hi when you come in. Just say your name, where you are in the world. And we are going to get started for day one. Hello, guys! I am so excited. So we have a lot to cover today, and today is my topic. It's anyway. So my intention for this training is really to help you shift perspective on what's going on, with fertility for you. And I put this together because I feel it's really time. It's really time to have a different approach to fertility. And my name is Alexandra. I will be your host for this week. One of the reasons why I'm doing this too is because my mission is really to help women to fully align energetically to the soul they're calling in. That's really what I'm here to do, and help women prepare for those beautiful and very advanced, very aware baby. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this week, to bring a new perspective. And hey Audrey, bonjour, comment ça va? Okay, ladies, are you ready to get started? I'm so happy to have you here. So, little disclaimer, I always forget to say it, so this time I remember right at the beginning. I'm not a medical professional, so I cannot treat, cure, or diagnose. Okay, so let's put that out of the way. And hi, Anu. I hope I say your name right. And one thing I will, so my intention again for this week is really to bring as much as I can to you ladies, so that you can completely shift your perspective on what's going on, and hopefully give you some tool that will be helpful for you to go on your journey. And then at the end of this week, if you are feeling called, I will be inviting you, to maybe move forward with me and work together if that's something that resonates with you. But let's start with today. So before we get in, let's just take a quick moment to really bring all of ourselves to the present moment, so you can receive what I'm going to be sharing with you, because we tend to be so fragmented and with our mind going everywhere. So let's just take a deep breath in together, breathing out and breathing in, breathing out, connecting your feet to the floor, being grounded and centered so you can receive. Okay, so you see, it's incredible what we can do with just a few conscious breaths. And it's perfect because we are going to start by talking about stress. And there are a lot of women here. So after talking to a lot of you, I know some may be already quite aware of what may be affecting their issues. Some have not really started doing, trying anything new. So what I'm going to say may be new to you or may not. But in the end, what I would love is for you to be able to receive the information with a whole, completely open-minded, available to receive. So stress. We know, okay, so that's what I was afraid of. So I have my 3-year-old, she's still sick with me today. But I was, let's just do it anyway, right? I can do it. Tiens, tu veux ça? Go with your sister. Yeah. Sorry. Va chercher papa, s'il te plaît. Okay. Sorry, ladies. So stress. No. Stress is a biggie. No. I know some. No. Yeah. Okay. I'm here. Stress is a biggie, right? I know some doctors don't don't really recognize it. It's like, don't worry, stress doesn't affect you. Well, actually, we know it does. So stress creates a lot of things, has a lot of effect on the body, wreaking, you know, putting all of our hormones completely off balance. It's harder to sleep when you are stressed. It's harder to digest and absorb the food when you are stressed. It affects your microbiome, lots of things, right? And then when you think about it, the body is designed really for survival. The body will do anything it has to do for you to survive. So when you are in a stress mode, it's like this flight or fight, right? It's like your body will put all of the resources it has for the organs that are, for the muscle, the heart, those parts of your body that are necessary for the survival. So do you think that reproduction is one of them? Obviously no, right? So stress will, the body will shut down your reproductive system if it has to, because it allocates the resources where they are needed. Now, let me know, ladies, who feel that they are experiencing stress in their life from 0 to 10, 10 being like, oh my God, my life is crazy, to 0, I'm all good, I can ride the wave. So tell me, what's your stress level? Number one. Number two, what are your main stressors in your life? Is it your job? Is it your kids? Is it your relationship with friends? Maybe toxic relationship? Is it your relationship with your parents? Is it your relationship with your spouse? What is it that's going on in your life? Where can you identify that there is stress going on? Because again, stress does affect the body negatively and will not help you when when you are someone who wants to conceive. That's just what it is. So it's good to identify where are you coming from with your stress from 0 to 10. So I let you come up with that. So what do we do with the stress? Because okay, it's all good, we kind of knew that stress is not good in our life. What do we do with that? Because unfortunately it's very present in our society and there is not much we can do about it, right? It's just, again, if you have having a tough time at your job, what are the options? Well, the best option will be able to leave your job so that you just get the stressor out of your way. Bye, right? If it's a toxic relationship with a friend, well, maybe you just can, cut the relationship, and then so that, the best thing is to remove the stressor from your life. But sometimes we can't. If it's your job, sometimes you cannot. If it's your spouse, well, it may be difficult. So if it's your kids, well, it's even more difficult. So what can we do about it? Well, today we have a lot of modality that can help with that. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, so I love yoga. It's one of the one of the great tools that we have today. It could be Tai Chi, it could be Qigong, it could be going out for a walk. Breath is great. Breath is easy, it's always available, and it's free. So whenever you feel stressed, just taking a few deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose, but with a longer count when you breathe out. So let's say you breathe in for 3, then maybe when you breathe out, you breathe out for 5, 6, 7. Just doing that, quiet down everything and put your body back into not being in stress mode. That's a great one, right? And we all know about it, but who actually do it? Who use breath as a way to quiet the stress? I know you know, but do you do it? It's always that, right? We know, but we don't do. So, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention too, I'm French, guys. I'm French. I'm from France. Bonjour, everyone. And when I get excited, I have a tendency to talk fast. If you have any question, if you don't understand what I just said, just ask. No hard feeling. I know I have a thick accent, and it's okay if you don't get what I'm saying. Just ask. So, lady, I didn't see any answer. Where is your stress level at today? Could that be one part of your fertility struggle? Is it one part of the equation for you? Is it? Ask yourself. You know best. You know. Ask yourself. Okay, so stress is a biggie, right? We have some stress management techniques. Those are great, but it only manages. How can we go? How can we actually completely change our perspective? So I'm going to share with you some six. A new job and relationship, classic, right? Just, one of the classic ones. And you may be in a position where you can say bye to your job. You may not be. So how do we handle that? So I'm going to be sharing with you some tips from something called Access Consciousness. It's a whole body of work. It's amazing. So I'm going to share that a little bit later. Before we go into tips and tools, I want to talk about thoughts and limiting belief. So we talk about stress, number one, stressor from outside or from your environment. Now, can your thoughts create stress? Like, can they? They do, right? Who here has a tendency to go into like negative thinking? Oh, this job, I hate it, and blah, blah, blah. This friend, she's always complaining. And I will never be able to get pregnant. It's so hard for me to, whatever. Who has a tendency to go into negative thinking? And I knew you, okay? Yeah, and 10 stress level. Oh, 10, that's hard, Jennifer. 10, okay. Children, husband, mother-in-law dying, and finding school. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. You have a lot to deal with. And it's not like you can just say goodbye to all of this. You have to find ways to have tools to deal with those stressors, and I will share those after. Matthias, I used to before I started working with. Thank you, Matthias. Audrey, currently one. Yes, Audrey. So you are one in a few. But let's talk about your thoughts. Guys, I'm not sure where you are, but you are aware, right, that our mind is a very complex thing. We have what is our conscious mind, which is a little portion here, and then underneath the conscious mind we have our subconscious mind, which is huge. It's a big, it's this idea of the iceberg. What's conscious is above water, it's small. What's unconscious is huge under the water, and it's hidden. By definition, it's not conscious. Now, did you know that most of the thought you have during the days, most of the action, whatever you do during your day, comes from this subconscious space? Interesting, right? I think I thought that somewhere, like 95% of our day we are functioning from our subconscious, which by definition, again, we don't have any awareness of. It's hidden. Now, what's in our subconscious? That's a good question. What's in our subconscious? So, all of the thoughts, beliefs, points of views, conclusions, judgments that we picked up from our parents, from society, from our environment when we were young, when we were in utero, when you were like a little baby in your mom's womb, you started, your subconscious started forming and picking up on your mom stuff, your parent stuff. That's why for you it's important to do this work, so you don't pass on all of those limitations to your children. So the subconscious is this, amalgam of beliefs and points of view and stuff that we created also when we were young ourselves, from decision we took about ourselves. For example, I remember when I was young, my best friend kind of, how do we say it? Well, anyway, she left me for another friend. I was crying and everything. And from that type of event that really mark your teenage age, your childhood, you make decision. You make survival, it's for your survival. It's decision that you make about yourself, about the world, about everybody. And they become your belief, your points of view, And that's where you create from when you are at our age as adults. So I don't really know what I created when I was young, but maybe it was like something like, I am not smart enough. That's why she's going with this girl. Or maybe I could have, created a belief like, you cannot trust your friend because they leave you. Whatever it was, right? But then I will recreate circumstances in my life from that space. So why is it important for you? Because what we say is your points of view create your reality. What you believe is true for you. Your reality is a different reflection of all of those things that you have in your subconscious. So the more you think of, if you keep thinking of negative, thing, let's say I will never get pregnant. Well, this is creating reaction in your body because it's stressful. It's a stressful thought. So that will have consequences, in the body, that we create, things in your body, raising the stress level in the body, raising, adrenal, creating, producing more cortisol and all of that. And then we get into this vicious cycle of chronic stress that creates a lot of disruption in the body. So your subconscious creates your thoughts and your emotions from that you experience during the day, are created from this subconscious, from what you have in there, and then your emotions will create reactions in your body. Your adrenal glands produce different type of hormones in your body based on the emotions that you are experiencing. So being able to control those emotions or generating positive emotion will have a huge effect on your health, on your overall well-being. And why is it important? Because fertility is a direct sign of good health. Infertility is a symptom of poor overall health. So now, what do we do from there? What do we do? Because that's what we want to know. What do we do? So, like we said, hi Zoe. Like we said, it's very hard to just remove from your lives the stressors. Most of the times, again, your job, your family, it's hard to change that. So what we can do, we can start shifting the way we look at, the stressors. And that's like, your subconscious thoughts, your subconscious belief act almost like a big filter. You see life with those glasses, with your belief glasses. So we want to kind of change those glasses. We instead of working on completely removing the stressors, now if you can, just go for it. Go remove the stressor if you can. That's always best. Getting to the root cause, removing the stressor, great. But if you can't, let's change those filter. Let's change those subconscious beliefs that are creating the perspective, the perception that you have of the stressors. Do everybody understand? Just put a 1 if you are getting what I'm saying, and a 2 if it's like, well, what is she saying? I'm not getting it. 1 if you get it. 2 if you are like, I'm not sure what she's talking about, because I know it's getting a little bit like oops out there. But I assure you that all of that has a big effect on your ability to be in that state of creating a life. One great guys. Yes, you're amazing guys. Yes, okay, good. So how do we change those glasses? 1 could be removing the belief that's creating the issue, changing the points of view. If because points of view create your reality. You want to change your reality? What do? As human, we have a tendency to just trying to do something different. Do a little like coloring with a different pen, but it never changed. We keep creating the same things over and over because what we need to change is this point of view or the belief. So clearing limiting belief, number one. That's a great way to start changing those glasses. That's something I do with my clients. And one way to remove belief is a belief and a point of view by definition are not true. They're illusions, right? Because it's just a point of view. So being able to see them for what they are, which is just illusions, untruth, is the first step. Well, being aware that they are here, like, working in the background is number one. Ooh, why am I reacting like that today? What's going on? Why am I being triggered? Let's look. That's awareness first. And then number two is, seeing that those beliefs are not true. They are not the truth. Yes. They're just illusions. Number three is, okay, then what is the truth? What is the truth? So a good example would be, okay, I am 42. The doctor just say that I'm too old. My eggs are poor quality. And again, poor quality eggs is a symptom. It's not the problem. Low sperm mobility is a symptom. It's not the problem. No, it's a symptom. Yeah, it's a symptom. It's not the problem. Yes. Okay, so the doctor keep telling me that. Okay. That's clearly a belief. And that's a very strong belief because, it's the whole society that tell you that, when you are over 40, you are too old. That's a whole medical professional that say that. And, they have a lot of authority and a lot of power because we think that they studied for so many years. They know best, right? They know better. But is that really the truth, or is it just a belief? After 45, you cannot have a child. Is it the truth or is it a belief? Whatever, right? So it is a belief. The conclusion is it is a belief. The truth is your body is amazing. Your body, you have your age, I'm 43, I don't know what age. If you want to share your age, I know sometimes it's but if you want to be, share your age, please. I would love to see where everyone is at. But anyway, I'm 43, going to be 44 next month. Why was I saying that? Oh yes, so that's my age, right? But then what matters for your situation to be fertile, what matters is the age of your reproductive system. I may be 44, but then my energetic age, is 30 because I just feel great. I'm like a kid, Even my daughter say that sometimes. Mom, you are like a kid, But anyway, maybe my reproductive system, Nadia, we have the same age. Ashley, you are a baby. So maybe your reproductive system is 20 year old. Or, you could be 30 with organs age more 50. We see 30-year-old, getting early menopause or whatever, right? Or you could be 30 but with a energetic age of 50. How many women I see they're 30 and they say, oh, I'm too old, I'm so old, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. That's energetic, I'm 44 and I'm not old. Okay, I'm just not even half, in my life. So again, age is one of those, what your body can or cannot do at a certain age is really a belief. It's a point of view. It's a belief that have been created by science. Bodies are just amazing. They rejuvenate. They heal themselves as long as we give them what they need. As long as our mind is in alignment with what we desire. If you want to feel younger, you want to have a baby at 45, just make sure that you give your body, your reproductive system, your body what it needs to keep rejuvenating and healing, and feed your mind with thoughts that are my body is amazing. I can have a baby at this age, and not things like, I'm too old, it's too late for me, and it will never happen. So your points of view create your reality. What points of view do we have right now? Okay, so let's talk about some tools to help you, because it's almost like, I know people like affirmation, like, I am this, I am that. And affirmation are nice, but again, it's deeper than that. If you consciously say an affirmation, but then you have a subconscious belief that is in contradiction with this affirmation, guess what? The subconscious is 1,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. I'm going to repeat that. Your subconscious mind is 1,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. And that's important to understand, because that's why, just affirmation, it's not enough. We want to really infuse truth and be aware that all the beliefs and stuff are just illusions. So let me share with you tool number 1, okay? I love this one. I shared it last time. It's very basic. It's very simple. But you know what? If you actually apply it every day, like relentlessly, it can change your life. That's how powerful it is. So I was saying, your points of view create your reality. And the other thing to know is that it's a tool from Access Consciousness, okay? Everything in life is just an interesting point of view. Everything in life is just an interesting point of view. So that's great, because it kind of diffuses everything, right? What your doctor is telling you, your eggs are this, you are too old, we have to do IVF, all of those are just interesting points of view. That's it. An interesting point of view. So what do we do? Well, how do we use it? When someone, like, if you go to your doctor and your doctor starts saying, stuff like that in your head or out loud, but in that situation, I would probably say it in my head. You say, interesting point of view. He has this point of view. Because when someone says something, so, in truth, when you are talking with people, your friend, your family, your spouse, your parents, your doctor, whatever, it's like, two limiting, like programming and stuff, talking to each other. Like limiting belief on one hand, limiting belief on the other hand, and we are, arguing with each other, like agreeing with each other. We are just like throwing our points of view at people, and people are throwing their points of view at us. That's how it is in life. We are just like, it's points of view arguing with points of view. So when someone gives you when they are talking with you, they're giving you their points of view, you can either agree and they become your own points of view, your limitation, because that's something to understand. Beliefs and points of view are limitation. They are limitation in your life. They are limiting your possibilities, your choices. Because once you think that something is true, once you have this point of view, you make yourself unavailable to other possibilities. And in truth, at any moment in time, at any given time, there are, like millions of possibilities, infinite possibilities, but you will only see the few ones that match your point of view. So the more points of view you have, the more limitation, the more limitation you will have in your life, the less choices. More awareness, more consciousness, less points of view, like clearing all of that, the more you can access to a whole level of possibilities. So when someone, throw at you a point of view, you can agree with it. It becomes yours. It becomes your limitation. You can disagree and resist. What you resist persists. Then it becomes still yours because you are resisting it. It has an imprint in your subconscious. So the third option, interesting point of view. Lady, give me some example where you can use that. So give me some example of maybe points of view or beliefs you have right now with, fertility or anything. So remember, if someone says something to you, you go, interesting point of view. He has this point of view. Interesting point of view. She has this point of view. It's great with your spouse, your family, your friends. Your friends who go, blah, blah, blah. Interesting point of view. She has this point of view. You can tell that to yourself to start shifting your own perception of your thoughts. Example, I wake up, I look at myself in the mirror and I go, you look fat today. Hold on. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. And boom, boom. Just try it, bring it, bring to your awareness something, like maybe just a conversation you had today with someone, and just, use that interesting point of view and see how it makes you feel in your body, not in your head. We are not, it's not about our head. We want to be in our body, really centered and grounded in our body. Your mind will lie to you all the time because, your mind is feeding you, points of view and beliefs. So your mind will lie. Your body, again, I love bodies. Bodies are amazing. Your body doesn't lie. Your body will tell you the truth. Nadia, doctors told me in 2019 I will never have baby. I didn't believe it. Yes, I continued to do my life and it came my baby. Yes. So you see, you could have, that's pretty. So Nadia, you could have believed the doctor and you could have bought their point of view. Because we do that all the time. We buy other people's stuff. We buy other people's garbage and other people's lies and stuff like that. But you didn't. And see what happened. You feel you can be a mother. Yes. So that's all, that's what that's all those 3 days are all about that. Today is really about your mind, your stress, all of those like intangible things that the doctors tend to not talk about. So interesting point of view. First tool number 1. It's great. I swear if you use it for everything that people tell you, everything that you tell yourself, it's going to set you free. It's going to really like bring new possibilities into your life you thought would not even be possible. Interesting point of view. Okay, that's number 1. Now, so those tools are really to help you start, shifting your perception. Because again, stressors happen in your life. It is what it is. That's our modern life. You may be able to remove the stressor out of your life, which is the best case scenario. However, sometimes it's very difficult to remove your spouse from your life or to remove your job or your children, right? So then when we cannot remove the stressor, we have to find ways. So there are a lot of, techniques for stress management, like breathing, which is great, yoga and Tai Chi, going for a walk, great. Now, the tool I'm sharing are not to manage the stress, but more being like able to affect our perception of the stressor. And over time, like really being in that space where you don't get triggered as much, where you can start, having like positive thoughts instead of negative thoughts. And I say over time because it's a job, changing your belief, things that have been with you since, birth or, since you were little, changing the way you think is, is something that will take a little bit of time, okay? And the thing is you want to be relentless with it. And that's something I like to explain. I'm an access bars facilitator, so I like to explain that, yoga is great, right? But then as soon as you get out of your mat, then life happens. Shit happens, like when shit hits the fan, what do? You cannot go into shy pose, in the at work or when you drive or in the middle of the streets. You cannot, you can consciously breathe. That's one thing that you can do. But still, if you are in a meeting with with your boss and everything, it's hard to be like consciously breathing and stuff, right? So what do? Interesting point of view. So those tools that I'm sharing now are tools that are designed to be used in the moment. when shit hits the fan, you use those tools, okay? And you use them every day, anytime you need. That's the thing. The more you use them, and the more your thinking can change. Because we all face negative thinking. I mean, we all do that. It's just very human. Oh shit, and here, and then we wrong, we judge ourselves and we judge other people and everything is wrong. And guess what? Law of attraction, now that's a law. What you are being, if you are being in judgment, in wrongness and stuff, you attract. The universe will deliver what you are being, your main emotions, your main thoughts, the universe deliver. So if you are always, will never get pregnant, well, chances are that's what the universe will deliver to you. So you may have a conscious desire for a baby. And by the way, ask yourself that now. Have I chosen to have a baby? Because sometimes we think we have a desire and it's not a true desire. I know that may be a little bit triggering, but ask yourself this question. Have I chosen to have a baby? Yes or no? Because you may have, a conscious desire, but it's not a true desire. And there may be stuff underneath. Because the truth is, when something is not working in our life, whatever it is, family, baby, work, money, whatever, it's because there is something underneath most of the time, a limiting belief, a payoff for the situation to be like that. You are the powerful creator of your life, always, 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 the good, the bad, the ugly. It's sometimes hard to accept that, but once you accept that, you can take full responsibility for your life and you can change your life, which is really what matters here, right? It's taking your health, your body, your fertility in charge, so you can, take the action to address, what's going on. Okay, tool number 2. I love this one too. When shit hits the fan again, when things are like, for example, you go to your doctor and the doctor gives you bad news, or you look at, a pregnancy test, you thought that it will be positive and it's negative again. First thing that we do, what do we do first, ladies? What are the first? So let me know when again you realize that shit, it's not happening this month again, I'm not pregnant. What comes up in your head first? Tell me, share with me what's going on in your beautiful head. I want to guess, whoops. I'm just, you put it in the chat, but I will guess that, it's probably something like, oh man, it's not happening again. What's wrong with me? It's never going to happen, right? It's going to be like a litany. Well, a whole bunch of negative stuff. Sadness, Audrey. But what do you say to yourself? What are those words that you say to yourself? Sadness is the emotion, yes. And then behind the emotion, there is a thought, right? If the thought is, it's never going to happen, then the emotion becomes sadness, hopelessness. That's the emotion, right? But what's the thoughts? Okay, so now let me share your tool. Keep putting in, and let me share the tool. So when something that you were not expected, you are not really happy about it. So we took the example of the pregnancy test. It could be anything really in your life. First thing, most of the time, we'll go into like wrong, but then we have to shift right away. Because going into the wrongness will just, again, create an emotional state that is not going to be conducive to you creating the desire you want. Because again, what emotion you are being, you are getting back from the universe. What emotion and thought you are feeling are creating a certain state in your body, stress or happiness, fear, love, those two kind of emotion, right? Stress will create a lot of disruption in your body, lots of, of balance hormones and stuff. So here's a tool. How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? I know that sounds like very basic, but you know what? You know what, guys? It works. If you use it consistently, it does work. When something comes up and it makes you like, how does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? That's to shift your emotional state. That's to shift, and not letting ourselves go into, I like to say, like a train wreck. Once the train wreck leaves the station with all the I'm wrong, what's wrong, the blame and the shame and the guilt and all of that, it's very hard to make it stop. So what we do, we prevent it from leaving the station by going, okay, how does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? What else is truly possible here for me? What else is possible for me and my family? What else is possible for me and my fertility? What else? That's a way to really not let ourselves go into negative thinking, negative emotions, and all the consequences. And also to put us in a state of being available to receive something different. Being available to receive something different. How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? Okay, who loves this? And who is thinking, well, that cannot be true. That's too easy, Alex. How can something like that help me really shift and have a baby one day? And I want to say again, remember, fertility, the way I see it, is it's really multi-layered thing. It's the body, it's your stress, it's your belief, it's your thoughts, it's your emotions, it's your food, of course, your diet. We'll talk about diet tomorrow. It's, the toxicity, your toxic burden. So it's multi-layered, and today it's all about the mind, okay? We know today the mind is fucking powerful, and you can create different scenario just with your mind. We know that today, okay? So how do we hack? How do we hack? I don't know if the word right, but how can we make sure that we use our mind to help us rather than undermining our efforts? Because if you are, so like I say, it's several layers in fertility, right? So let's say you are someone who is very conscious of you are very conscious of what you eat. You know that what you eat is very important. So you eat good, you eat right, and then you are making sure that you don't have any toxic products in your home and all of that. But then you keep having negative thoughts. Well, that may not work, okay? You may not be able to get pregnant because of those, this mind stuff. If, you are someone who does all the right thing, but then, stress a lot. Again, so you really want to have all of the, especially for you ladies who have been trying for such a long time, you really want to have all of those pieces of the puzzle together, working together in harmony, instead of having one, that doesn't fit and doesn't work and hijack the whole thing. So the mind, your thought, your emotion is one piece of the puzzle. Your stress is one piece of the puzzle. So I'm giving you little tools here to start helping you with your thinking. Your thoughts are powerful. We know that. We create with our thoughts. So how does it get any better? What else is possible? Let me know if you believe that those can help, or if you think that it's just I smoke too much and that's just total bullshit. Anyway, so that's one tool. But let me tell you one thing, okay? Those tools, I take them from Access Consciousness, and they have, even though they seem so basic and what, they have helped thousands and thousands of people all around the world, not having a baby, but not specific, maybe some, but just not specifically for having a baby, but just changing their lives in general, okay? Because it's being this woman who is empowered and who is able to bring in her desire, whether it's a baby, whether it's money, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship. It's being this high frequency woman who can create the life of her dream, including the baby. That's really what it is about. I've changed nutrition, and I'm changing a lot of things in my life. Yes, because again, it's a combination of all of those. That's why I like to, I want to say it's not like there is no magic pill to create a life. I mean, like, come on, let's be real. When it comes to creating a life, it's a miracle. And there is no red pill for that. Okay? Let's just be real with that. And what I'm going to tell you over those 3 days is there is work involved. I know, I'm sorry to say it. And it can seem it can seem unfair sometimes, because for some women, they don't have to do this, all of this shit. They eat like junk food, and they drink alcohol, and they still have a baby. So here's my answer to that. We are all different individuals, okay? We have different sensitivities, we have different bodies, we have different beliefs, different programming in our subconscious. We are different people. So what may work for one may not work for the other one. And if you are one of those ladies who need to do a deeper work in order to get pregnant, so be it. Embrace it and change your perception of it. What I like to say is sometimes some women need more work because so that they can call in this high frequency baby into their life. Maybe you're one of those women who needs to do a little deeper work, clearing your limiting belief, clearing your toxins, all of that. So you can be this woman aligning to the high frequency of her baby. You are calling in maybe one of those highly aware, highly advanced soul who requires a clean vessel. And that's really what I was getting. I didn't talk too much about that, but that's really my mission again. It's, I've been called to help those star seeds baby incarnate by doing the work with the mom. Some of those babies just don't want to have to deal with, healing trauma, healing, disease, and doing all this stuff that we have to do. They want the mom to do it for them so that they come in, they're strong into their missions, they're strong, into their self-expression, and they are here to change the world. Eldra, can you give an example of what you would say after finding once again that you're not pregnant? Okay, so that's those tools, right? All right. Okay, so here, I'm peeing on my stick. I'm in the bathroom. I'm full of hope, right? And then I see, okay, I'm not pregnant. First thing that comes to mind, I'm human. My mind is like that. Shit. Again. Okay. Now we have to unplug from this thought and this belief, right? Okay. How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? To number 3. What's right about this, I have not considered yet. What's right about this, I'm looking at my stick. What's right about this, I have not considered yet. And that's to number 3, to open up to a different perception and perspective again. Instead of going, it's wrong, again, what's wrong with me? And, playing this blame game, which is very low frequency, my God, blame, guilt, shame, judgment, very, very, very low vibration, very low frequency emotions. We want to go up, right? We want to elevate so that we can receive this baby. Okay. So I'm not letting myself go into this low vibe, frequency stuff. I'm going, okay, how does it get any better than this? What else is possible? And what's right about this, I have not considered yet. And try it for yourself. See how it shifts the thing for you. It's about shifting the emotions and the thoughts. What else is possible here? So what's right about this I have not considered yet. Now we open up. We open to a different possibilities. Again, Audrey, maybe you are here to bring again this beautiful starseed baby, and this starseed baby wants you to do a little bit more work. So maybe you are not fully ready yet. Maybe there are, a few programming, limiting belief that you need to shift. Maybe there is a little bit of toxicity in your body that needs to be removed. Less. So what's right about this I have not considered yet. Can you see that? Is it helping? I know it's, I know fertility is a very sensitive subject, okay? It's not just like money or job or work, right? And I understand that. But the principles are the same. It's about your thought and your emotion. Okay, ladies, tell me where you are at. Tell me where you are at. So, first tool, interesting point of view. So when you are caught up blaming yourself, blaming your partner, blaming whatever, what's wrong with me? I can never get pregnant. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view, right? Because we don't want this, oh my God. We don't want these thoughts to, we don't want these thoughts to become a limiting belief for you, to become your limitation. When you keep thinking the same thing, it's like, neuroplasticity. So it's creating a deeper pathway in your brain. We don't want that, because then it becomes, again, a belief, and then it's harder to create past that, because, again, remember, what you believe to be true, what you believe is true for you. So a little exercise you can do today is looking at when I say, do you think you are going to get pregnant this year? When I say, do you think you are going to get pregnant this year? See what comes up, okay? See what are the thoughts, the emotions, what is coming up. And whatever is coming up that is like, it's not going to happen, I'm too old, my eggs are not good, my doctor say this and that. Just realize, just say, interesting point of view. Interesting point of view. He has this point of view. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. So that you don't make it matter, you don't make it a belief. Because in the end, those are just interesting point of view. That's all they are. Trying to stay positive, Ashley. Yes, and it's more than that, because if you say something positive, but again in your subconscious the belief is, I'm never going to get pregnant, the subconscious will win. So that's the idea of interesting point of view, because it's to realize that this is just what it is. When I say interesting point of view, I'm not trying to say, oh my God, I am going to get pregnant. I'm just saying, I'm not going to get pregnant is just an interesting point of view. And then it's to be able also to see the truth behind all of that. What is the truth again here? The truth is, my body is amazing. The truth is, there is no limit in terms of age. There is no, there is no an age limit to getting pregnant. Who knows, what's the true age, to which you can get pregnant. Doctor don't know, okay? Let's just be real. Doctor don't understand how amazing the body is, really. So hold on, do you have any questions, ladies? I think I covered a little bit. So I share with you some tools. We talk really briefly of, you know, the law of attraction, which is it's a universal law, right? And it's this idea of what you are being, you get. So again, hence the importance of being able to be in control of our emotions, of what we are being, vibrating at any given time. Are you willing, and are you being someone who is willing to receive? Receive from the universe, receive from other people, receive from your partner when you are having sex. I'm saying that because I have my I have my 11-year-old here. Anyway, you know, when you are, you know, in getting intimate, how are you being? Are you all stressed, you know, and we are timing things up and all of that? Are you having fun and pleasure? Are you able to receive? You know, all of that matters. Your emotional state matters to attract your desires to you. And really, you know, we can je sais pas où Jade, tu peux lui donner du papier s'il te plaît? And really, we can manifest our true desire, whatever the desire. Again, here it's a baby, okay? But we can manifest our true desire when we have alignment. Bye, Jennifer. And I'm done, you know, I'm wrapping up here anyway. So thank you for being here live. We can manifest our true desire when there is this alignment between our conscious desire, having a baby, and subconscious content. You know, this is the content of our subconscious. So the more you can clear your subconscious, you know, the more we can clear, you know, all of those limitations and lies and limiting belief we have in our subconscious, the more you put yourself in a place where you can actually create, you know, what you desire and create this baby. So to clear, you know, limitations, I have a few tools I use. Again, Access Bar is one of them. Access Bar is a hands-on technique where by touching certain points, we start releasing, we activate the bar. So for example, here, those 2 points here, the temple, are the points for healing. So you can play with that at home. So when it's like, you know, we are battery, right? So plus and minus, I put my plus and minus with my finger on my healing points. When I do that, it activates my bar of healing. And then in my bar of healing, it's where I have all of those points of view and thoughts around what it takes to heal, what my body can heal, cannot heal, and all of these things. So actually, that's a good point for you to play with, healing. So here, you know, the temple. So when you do that, you activate the bar and you start releasing all of those limiting beliefs, points of view, conclusions, judgments you have around healing. And there are 32 points on the head. This one is one of them. And when we receive a session, we can get rid of anywhere between a dozen to hundreds of beliefs. So Access Bar is one of those tools that you can use. You can look for, wait a minute. You can look maybe for a practitioner in your area. There are thousands and thousands of practitioners all around the world. So this is a great technique to start releasing those limiting beliefs. Another way I do is with, you know, clients one-on-one, because it's through my intuitive life coaching program that I do that, where we go into the subconscious, look at the belief, and then, you know, use the truth to clear the belief. And then what else? How else can you do that? Let me think. And then, you know, again, those little sentences will start help you shift also those beliefs and those thoughts and those emotions, because that's what we want. We want to be able to shift those negative emotions and beliefs and thoughts, and be more empowered and be more free of those, so we can create new possibilities. So how does it get any better than this? What else is possible? What's right about this I have not considered yet. Interesting point of view. This one is huge. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. I will never get pregnant. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. I am getting too old. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. And you can say it a few times so that, the energy of the sentence starts deflecting. Because, words, sentences, thoughts, all of that are energetic in nature, okay? So you want to be able to use energetic tool to affect them. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. If you say it several times, the energy of the sentence, the word, will start, going down, down, down. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And when you are talking, when you are being hard on yourself, remember, would you treat a friend like that? Yes, wait, I'm coming. Would you treat a friend like that when you start, being hard on yourself? Would you talk like that to your friend? Probably not. And in those moments, it's also about remembering that you are more than just this finite identity. You are an infinite being. And I have a little recording I sent. I will put it in the group to remember how. Sorry, it's going to. Oh, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm going to end here, but it's to remember that you are an infinite being. Okay? Would, that's another little tool. Would an infinite. Wait, 1 minute. Would an infinite being choose this? Would an infinite being be hard like that on itself? Probably not, right? So that's another little tool. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say goodbye because we are done anyway. But I hope this was helpful. If you're welcome, Audrey. If you have any question, just put them in the group. I will be there this afternoon. Okay, bye guys.